How are some people really good at making sound judgments and others not? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is from The Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, and the story is about Paul K. Van Riper, General Paul K. Van Riper, who is a retired United States Marine Lieutenant General. Van Riper was a combat veteran, twice receiving the Silver Star Medal for his heroic actions during the Vietnam War. He was also one of the individuals that Malcolm Gladwell interviewed for his book Blink. In fact, Malcolm Gladwell says that he had the most lasting impression on him out of all the people who he had interviewed in the process of writing Blink. He says that Van Riper lives outside of Virginia, and when Malcolm Gladwell went to his place, he lives in this really immaculate, orderly house, which is no big surprise for anybody who comes from the military background. But what surprised Malcolm Gladwell was the number of books and the library that he had in his house. And Malcolm Gladwell says that, when I look back, I think, why did that surprise me so much? Because, when we think of military personnel, we think of people who are like, get things done, people who mean action. We don't generally associate them as being readers. But what he learned from the interview with Van Riper was that your ability to intelligently and intuitively make good decisions and sound judgment comes from two places. One, the education, and other, the experience. The foundation to good judgment is this, the seeds of education and experience that you have. Now, why does this matter to people like you and me? We are not in a battlefield making sound judgments very, very quickly. But our credibility in the corporate world is established not just for things that we prepare a lot for. So we prepare a lot for a talk that is coming up, the speech that is coming up, the PowerPoint presentation that is coming up, the board presentation that is coming up, or the presentation on the strategy that is coming up. But our credibility also is established by judgment and decision making and the articulation of that judgment and decision making that we do in the moment, which we can't prepare for. It just lands on us, and we have to be able to very much in the moment make that sound judgment decision and articulate it. For that, you need to constantly be sowing seeds of education and experience. Experience you get through your work, but in terms of education, you have to constantly be reading, constantly be engaging with the books. And one place you can start for really becoming good at your communication is my upcoming book, Strategic Storytelling: Why Some Stories Drive Your Success at Work and Others Don't. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.